The Wyoming Massacre took place not in Wyoming, but in northeastern Pennsylvania, because this region is known as Wyoming, Pennsylvania. Just prior to the American Revolution, and actually just after the Revolutionary War ends, there were several wars called the Pennamite Yankee Wars between people from Pennsylvania and Connecticut. Pennsylvania and Connecticut both thought they owned what we now know as northeastern Pennsylvania. Spoiler alert, it goes to Pennsylvania because I'm describing it to you as such. But Wyoming put down those differences for a while because the American Revolution broke out. And while we often like to talk about the Civil War as a war of brother versus brother, it was to a degree, but mostly the Civil War was North versus South. The American Revolution was literally brother versus brother and father versus father and uncle versus son, because families had to decide, do you side with the king or do you side with the patriots? And there wasn't really any geographical context for why you might make that decision. Certain places were more heavily loyalist than others, of course, but primarily it was a decision you made. And the Pencel Brothers decided to take up different sides. And I bring up Wyoming because there was something known as the Wyoming Massacre in July of 1778. So a group of loyalists and Native Americans laid siege in a surprise attack to some Patriot forces, and the Patriots were massacred. That's why generally it's called the Battle of Wyoming if you're a British person or a loyalist, but it's called the Wyoming Massacre if you're a patriot, because they were absolutely slaughtered. Now, some of these soldiers were able to run away. They jumped into the I believe it was Susquehanna River. Yes, Susquehanna River, and made their way to Monocanoc Island. I can never say it. Monocanoc Island in the middle of Susquehanna River. One of these people was Henry Pencil. The soldiers who made their way to the island were followed, and many of them were attacked and captured. It just so happens that Henry Pencil was found out by his brother, John Pencil. Henry said, "Brother, I'm sorry, I love you, you're my brother, don't kill me, please," begs for mercy, "take me with you, make me a captive, please just save me from the Native Americans, don't let them scalp me, don't kill me." And his brother John calls him a damned rebel, and shoots him. And then he takes out a hatchet and hacks his body and scalps him. To which not only the other loyalists, but even the Native Americans were extremely shocked and disgusted. And I don't mean even the Native Americans to talk negatively about Native Americans. I mean it that their custom was to take scalps. And the fact that they took a scalp from his own brother and didn't even let someone else take it was absolutely shocking. Now, everything I told you up to this point has been confirmed. There was a book published in 1909, History of Wilkes-Barre, Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, by Oscar Jewel Harvey and Ernest Gray Smith. And they basically went to great lengths to confirm everything I just told you. Now, what I'm about to tell you can't be confirmed, but I cannot tell this story without it. So John Pencil kills his brother in the war. And then the war ends. And, well, guess what? You're a loyalist. You gotta get out. And he flees to Canada. And when he flees to Canada, well, he is attacked by wolves. And the Native Americans there save him. And then he's attacked by wolves again at a later date. And again, the Native Americans save him. But they tell this story about that's the guy. That's the guy who committed fratricide and killed his brother and mangled his body. And then, as the story goes, John Pencil was once again attacked by wolves. And this time, the Native Americans left him there and watched him be devoured by wild animals because they now believed that he was cursed by the ghost of his brother. And that is the fascinatingly, at least half true, story of the fratricide of the Wyoming Valley.